What are you up to, nerd?
Oh, hey, nerd. I'm just filling out my depression quota right now, so yeah, don't mind me.
Are you just upset that everyone hates you now for giving Suicide Squad a bad review?
No. Yes. But there's more to it than that. I just don't feel like reviewing a movie right now. I want to review something different, like, say, a cult classic Netflix TV show that has great characters, smart writing, and high production value.
Well, why don't you just review that new Ben-Hur movie?
Get out.
So Stranger Things is Netflix's latest original series and takes place in a small town during the 1980s. Here, multiple parties are investigating the mysterious disappearance of a young boy named Will Byers. As they meet new characters and discover new clues, our heroes begin to realize that the reason behind Will's disappearance may be a bit more supernatural. So this whole trend of kids solving mysteries during the 1980s has kind of become its own subgenre at this point. Some of the movies in this genre are The Goonies and Super 8, which, if you haven't seen either of these yet, whew! Go watch them, because they are good. Now, in my opinion, Netflix has been killing it when it comes to original content. For example, you got Daredevil and Jessica Jones, which I think are two of the best superhero shows ever to be created. You got House of Cards, which is a great show, and you even got some original movies like Beast of No Nation, which I think was one of the best films of last year. If you haven't seen that movie, then do yourself a favor and watch it, but just be aware that it is pretty heavy. So yeah, they make good shows, even if there are a few stumbles like Fuller House. Because, you know, there is such a huge demand for a sequel show to Full House. Except there wasn't. And then we get to Stranger Things, which has just amassed a huge following and is overall on its way to becoming a huge cult classic. It's already number 25 on IMDb's top 100 shows of all time. Even though that list is based on IMDb user reviews, and those are about as trustworthy as Ryan Lochte's blue hair.
Oh, that's for sure.
With all that being said though, Stranger Things is a pretty great show. The show is very similar to Super 8 in the sense that it mixes and matches a lot of different genres. It's a horror, comedy, drama, thriller, sci-fi show all rolled up into one, and it's great. One of the big things people love about this show is the 1980s setting that it takes place in. Most of the people who are born in the 80s and lived in the 80s say that it is very accurate to that time period. I can't really relate to that obviously because I'm not old, but I can definitely see what they mean. And as far as references go to 80s pop culture, there are almost too many to count. Clearly Steven Spielberg and Stephen King are big inspirations for this show, and there are also a ton of references to movies like E.T., Goonies, and Aliens. The 80s nostalgia is all well and good, but for me, what makes this show are the characters and the writing. I'm really happy that the cast for this show almost consisted entirely of unknown actors, with the exception of Winona Ryder, who was really good in it. One of my favorite characters was Jim Hopper, played by David Harbour. He's the tough-as-nails police chief who doesn't take any crap from no one. Not really much more to say, I just like really badass cops. But the big stars of the show are the three main kids, named Mike, Dustin, and Lucas. Now, getting a good child actor is very difficult to do, mainly because most child actors are extremely inexperienced and aren't very good at acting yet, to put it simply.
Now this is pod racing.
These three kids, though, are fantastic in this show. They don't feel like fake, whimsical, witty, and charming kids that you see on the Disney Channel or Nickelodeon, but they feel like real kids. They feel like kids when they're having fun or throwing a swear word here and there, but they also feel like kids when they try to take things a bit more seriously and try to act like adults. That, believe it or not, is actually a very difficult thing to do for television shows and for movies. So overall, the acting in the show is very, very good and in most places is great. But then we get to the character of Eleven, played by Millie Bobby Brown. If this is not a breakout role, I don't know what is. This little girl is absolutely incredible in this show. It is Emmy nomination worthy, I'm not even joking. What makes this character and this actress so good is that she has little to no dialogue. Again, a really difficult thing for a child actor to do, but she totally pulled it off. I simply cannot praise this girl's performance enough, and she's definitely going places. And I gotta say, the horror side of this show is also really good too. The main monster and villain of this movie is genuinely kinda scary and has a really cool design. It uses the classic but effective horror technique of where you see glimpses of the monster here and there as you slowly get to see more and more of it, and then at the end you finally see it in its true form, and normally at that point it gets a little old, but the monster still manages to stay scary. The production value for this show is great as well. The show is only 8 episodes long, but the concept of quality over quantity definitely applies for TV shows. Fewer episodes mean that you have more money for each individual episode, so that means better special effects and better cinematography for each episode. That gave the show a huge boost in production value, and it makes it look more like a movie than your average TV show. So clearly I love this show, but I do have some problems with it. My biggest problem resides with the subplot surrounding the teenagers. I did not find them anywhere near as interesting as the stuff going on with the kids or the police chief. As far as acting goes, the actors do a fine job. I don't have anything against them, but the thing is, they try to make them like stereotypical 80s horror movie characters. They succeed in doing that, but that means that they are kind of annoying and they kind of do a lot of stupid stuff. I didn't dislike most of them, except for Steve. I just didn't think they were anywhere near as interesting as everything else that was going on in the show. And also, I will say, if you're looking for a story that is 100% original and unique, you're not gonna find it here. If you hate movies like The Goonies and you hate movies like Super 8, then you're gonna hate this one too. I will say though, even though I found the show to be a tad predictable, I didn't care. I loved the show no matter what, and I found myself completely invested in what was going on. So to sum it all up, Stranger Things is a great show with great characters, great writing, great music, great production value.
Why are you still here? Watch it!
So that's all I got. I'm Aiden, and I like movies. Or in this case, a TV show. See you guys later.